Time is money, so we always try to make the most of our time. But there are myths around productivity that hold us back. I'm still trying to find my way around these productivity killers, and today I'm going to share 3 of these myths with you so you don't make the same mistakes. Myth number 1: I'm having fun, so I must be wasting my time. In this time-starved world, we are constantly judging ourselves for wasting time. Happens with me when a new season of one of my favorite series is out. My husband and I start watching episode 1, which soon turns into episode 2, 3, and before we know it, we are binging on the series. And while I'm having fun, there's a guilt alarm constantly ringing in my head. I'm having fun, I must be wasting time. Which is true, frankly, in this case, but the reasoning is flawed. The surprising reality is that having fun isn't the most common way people end up wasting time nowadays. It was true a long time back when we were hunter-gatherers. Having fun meant you're not looking out for the lion that might eat you up for its meal. For our farmer ancestors, it meant you're not toiling in the field, which would not give food, and you'll starve to death. In the industrial age, it meant you're not doing the manual labor that would run the factory. Since forever, having fun has meant inviting trouble. So it's no wonder that having fun is still interpreted as wasting time in our minds, although it's not true all the time. You could be binge watching a series or looking out of the window, and at the same time your subconscious might be trying hard to find a solution to a work problem. Or you could be revising a new concept that you learned in the class today. Having fun doesn't imply wasting time anymore. We need to untangle having fun from wasting time. People who are misled by this myth also fall into the trap of the second myth. I'm not having fun, so I must be working. The most common way people end up wasting time these days is when they think they are working, but no work is getting done. Just sitting in front of the computer is no work. Just sitting with your homework getting frustrated is no work. You feel like I'm getting bored, it must be work. But it's fake work. Fake work is one of the worst productivity killer these days. In his essay, How to Lose Time and Money, investor and entrepreneur Paul Graham writes, the most dangerous way to lose time is not having fun, but to spend it doing fake work. I personally don't face this, it's boring so it must be work problem, because my work isn't boring. But I tend to fall for another variant of the fake work, which brings us to the third myth around productivity. I'm busy, so I must be working. While I'm writing an article or creating a video, I tend to spend a lot of time researching. I keep reading stuff, and I know the real deal would be to write the article, to shoot the video, but I keep holding myself back. I keep feeling I'm not there yet. It's not good enough yet. There is a sense of progress, but it's not real progress. It's all motion, no action. In his book Atomic Habits, author James Clear came up with the concept of motion versus action. When you're in motion, you're planning, strategizing, learning, and they're all good things, but they don't produce a result. Action, on the other hand, directly delivers an outcome. In one of his tweets, he gives great examples to further clarify motion versus action. Talk to a personal trainer, research your book idea, explore different types of meditation is all motion. Whereas doing 10 squats, writing a sentence, meditating for 1 minute is action. Motion feels like progress, but action is progress. If you're not sure if you're in the action zone or not, ask yourself these 2 questions. Question number 1, am I consuming or am I creating? Consuming stuff like taking up a course, reading an article, reading a tweet, it's all consumption, it's all motion. Whereas creating stuff like creating a course, writing an article, writing a tweet is all action. We need to focus on creation instead of consumption. Question number 2, am I getting feedback for my creation? Feedback requires that you share your work with others. If it's a homework assignment, you need to share it with your teacher to get her feedback. If it's a YouTube video, you need to share it with your viewers, publish it to get their feedback. And feedback improves your work. Asking these tough questions from ourselves helps us win over these productivity myths. At the end of the day, having fun doesn't mean you're wasting time. And not having fun doesn't mean you're working. Working is when you're creating stuff and getting feedback from others. For more creativity hacks, check out these videos.